Okay, so we're live, but we're live on Facebook. Let me share, or not Facebook, fucking whatchamacallit, YouTube. I'm gonna share the link. Hopefully, Dev Tejada comes and joins us.
Oh yeah, come on in, Dev.
Come on, Dev. We're gonna be talking about it. I mean, he for some reason thinks he hasn't lost, which doesn't make any sense.
Oh, he's breaking news to us in the chat though. He says Conor McGregor accepted the DP fight.
That makes sense.
Does it?
Yeah, I
Doesn't
mean,
mean
he wanted to fight this year. He wanted to fight this year, but they said, "Listen, bud, we're all booked up. You don't call the shots." It was basically Dana White throwing it. You know, it was like a big dick swinging contest. Like, you don't call the shots around here, man. You're retired.
that's what I thought. The same thing.
That's
It
what it
was.
is. It's just a dick swinging contest at this point. All right, so I'm gonna hit the music. You're ready to go. I'm ready to go, and do it.
This is the MMA Takes Podcast with your host, Brian Petrie.
Pick'em podcast with my good friend Tim. Tim, I don't know if you noticed, we had a little technical difficulty off the top. You're rummaging through papers. You're a Heat fan. I'm not an NBA fan, but a little Lakers. Got to troll you a little bit.
What is that? A space? What?
It's an
Is that
NBA Jam. It's I believe Lenny Divock and
sick, dude.
something worthy. Yeah, man.
That's dope.
Homage.com. Shout out Homage.com, an Ohio store. They're all over the world at this point, but they got some dope t-shirts. Yeah. So I've had this forever. I got it because it was like $5. But I know you were rooting for your Heat, man. And
Yeah, it was tough, but I mean, they weren't supposed to win. It was with Kobe and everything else happening.
Right, that's true.
They got that shit handed to them.
Yeah. Who's your original squad? The Mavs? You like the Mavs?
No. I'm definitely a bandwagon Mavs fan. Just because Luka, I think he's cool.
Right,
shit.
Luka's.
But I've been rocking with the Heat for some time now.
I know the MMA people are not going to like this conversation, but what if the Mavs get Giannis?
Oh, it's a championship.
I know. There's rumors about, like, he was apparently going to go to Golden State, and then there's rumors him going there. That'd be sick. You got that Porzingis, you got Luka, and then you got Giannis.
I think if he does leave Milwaukee, wherever he goes, they'll at least be in the finals.
Yeah, 100%. He's that good. He's the Greek freak. You know, he's that fucking good. All right, so we got an interesting fight, pay-per-view. Not pay-per-view. Interesting card here. Fight night card. We just talked about the time. Starting a little early. Doesn't matter. You can make money any time of the day. I got to be honest with you. Okay, I'm going to look at you in the face. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm seeing this board really well right now. I'm seeing it really well. And there's a lot of unders that I like. And if one, you're a wild man. I know how to pick against Dev. Dev is for sure chalk all the way. You're a wild man. You like to pick a little different. So without further ado, you are the former champ. So when we did the 3-headed one, me, you, and Dev. No, excuse me, current. Yeah, sorry. When we did the 3-headed monster, you won. Dev and I tied, so you are the champion right now. So I'm going to allow you to pick first or second, whatever you want to do. Do you want to pick the first fight? You want me to lead it? Let's see where we're going with this, bub.
I'll run it first.
Okay, go ahead. You do it. Take it.
So we got I'm going to try Saeed Nurmagomedov.
Nailed it. Fucking nailed it.
And Mark Striegel. I would say that was it.
Yeah, that's I've heard it pronounced 3 different ways. Let's just go with Mark Striegel.
Don't know much about Striegel. Don't know much about Nurmagomedov, honestly. I know
got a pretty sweet last name.
Yeah, he's Khabib's cousin, I'm assuming.
Nurmagomedov is like Smith in Russian or Dagestan.
Right.
They might be related. They might. I don't know. But let's just say yes. Let's say they're cousins.
And I'll lean. I know I think he's 1-2 in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken. He had the 6 spinning the 6 spinning kick to the dude's body.
Yeah,
I think that was in his last fight.
I think he's 2-1 in the UFC. I don't want you to mislead your facts. He does have 1 loss. He has 2 wins. Yeah. His 1 loss came in the Hani Barcelos fight. But the spinning body kick and punches, that was against Ricardo Ramos. Yeah. So that was a win for him, which is good.
Yeah. And I'm just going to go off that. What's the line on this?
This is, excuse me, I should have said it. Saeed Nurmagomedov. He is 13-2. He's a minus 450 favorite. He is fighting Mark Strangle, who is 16-2. He's a plus 330 dog. You got a really big vet here with some numbers next to his name, man. I don't know which way you're leaning, but let's see.
I'm chalking it up.
You're chalky
minus
chalk.
450, that's crazy. Yeah.
Okay. You're taking.
I'm gonna pick some dogs, but this one ain't.
That's a chalk one. That's a chalk lay for you.
Yeah.
So I wrote down here, I figured you would want to go first, right? You're the champ. You get the crown on your head. So I wrote down here, opposite. I'm going to pick opposite of you. I'm going to go Strangle. Saeed, he's not Khabib, right? He's good on the ground, but he prefers to strike. He's a little bit longer. He can wrestle a little bit if he wants. Strangle, he wants to get you to the ground. That's all he wants to do. He wants you to take you down, and he wants to submit you, and he wants to fucking just smother you, right? Guy's not that big of a killer. His stand-up's a little wonky. He was supposed to make his UFC debut a couple months ago. I think he got COVID. Not really sure what happened to him. He's beefy for this division. He's beefy for 145. Former champion outside the UFC. His striking is very rough. However, I'm banking on the fact that Saeed's going to get a little tired, and Strangle's just going to slowly get him in that deep water, take this fight from him at plus 330, staring at me in the face. I can't pass it up. I won't pass it up. I'm going to take Strangle here as the underdog play. I don't love it, right? So this is a fight that I probably will bet just because the line is very high, but I don't love it. And I think the line's a little too crazy because I think Saeed's getting a little too much love for Vegas. I don't think he's all that great. Strangle, again, the guy making his UFC debut with this many fights, with only this little losses, champion outside the UFC. Got to give the guy a little bit of respect here. Plus 330. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that all day.
He beat your boy Kai Kara France.
Who did?
Strangle.
Did he? I didn't.
Yeah, this was back. This was a long time ago. This was back in 2014.
Hey, a win's a win, man.
Well, yeah, and he finished him in the first fucking round.
Wow. Yeah, there you go. Even more. I didn't know that, and even more reason to take Strangle there as the underdog play, man. 330. You kidding me? When you get a number like that against a guy who's 2-1 in the UFC, who's decent in Saeed, but Strangle's. I mean, listen, he's an awkward guy. He can take you down. I don't think he's a world beater. I don't think he's going to fight for a title anytime soon, but you got to lean it, bro. I'm glad you went the opposite way, so that's more points from me. All right, next fight. You got, this is going to be a fucking hell of a name to say. You got Gazmarad and Tagilov. I fucking nailed that.
Wow,
I fucking crushed that. I crushed that. He's plus 300. He's 20-7. He's fighting Maxim Griffin, who is 38-2. He's a minus 400 favorite. These are the big boys. I'm going to lead the dance here. Maxim Griffin's a guy I've heard a little bit about in the Europe scene. He's old, though, which really doesn't mean much when it comes to heavyweights, right? He's 36, I believe, making his UFC debut. I'm going to call Antigulov's on a 3-fight losing streak. He's fought most of his career at 205. He's bouncing up to heavyweight. He lost to Paul Craig back in July. Then he's got Olechek knocked him out in round 1, and then Ian Kutalaba knocked him out in round 1 as well. All his losses round 1. This guy is just packing on weight, getting fat. This is actually at 205. Excuse me. I thought Maxim Griffin, this was a heavyweight fight. So this is 205. That's my bad. Maxim Griffin has fought a heavyweight before. Regardless, doesn't matter if it's heavyweight, light heavyweight, middleweight, welterweight, outside in the parking lot. Maxim Griffin's the play here. Minus 400. I know it's steep. I think you could probably dig into the props and get a prop finish here because I think Maxim Griffin is going to come out and knock out Antigulov. I think Antigulov doesn't want to be there anymore. I think he's washed. I think he's just tired of being in there. Give him another knockout. Send him home. Maxim Griffin, chalky play, but I actually like to play a lot. So Maxim Griffin's my pick there. I can just mark you down for Antigulov, right, Tim? You're taking the dog here.
No, not this time. Not this time. I think you hit it on the head. I mean, this guy's getting brutally finished pretty much every time he comes out.
First round finish. I mean, he just gives up.
Yeah. I'll do that pop. I'm already like calculating the parlays I'm going to do in my head.
Sure.
It is going to be like my little $5-10 parlays that I just do.
Yeah, you got. Listen, dude. You got
props.
I tell my buddy always thinks that you got to add 15 fighters to your parlay to win some money. I'm like, dude, just chip away. Just chip away. Add 2, add 3, win like 50. And I know it's so tempting to go win $200, $300. And you should definitely play those if you have if you have like rain of $5, give them your best. But just chip away. There's a card every weekend, right? We're not against the clock here. There's a card every weekend. Just chip away. All right, next up, Fares Ziam. I'm mispronouncing his name wrong. I don't give a fuck. He is 10-3. Excuse me. Yep, 10-3. He's a minus 122. Excuse me, plus 122 favorite. He is fighting Jamie Malarkey, old cement head. He is 12-3 as well, or 12-3, similar record. He's a minus 150 favorite. Timbo, who do you like in this matchup here? Both very built, very same for 155, tall, skinny strikers essentially. Malarkey's a little more well-rounded, but I'm gonna let you take it here. Who do you like here, pal?
I think Malarkey is more well-rounded, and Ziam, he lost to your boy Don Madge.
He did. He in fact did.
Yeah, he looked good before that though.
Right, he did look. He made Don Madge grapple.
Yeah, he went the distance with him.
Yeah.
What's the line on this?
So Ziam is a plus 122 underdog. Malarkey's a minus 150 favorite. Line's moving a little bit. The other day, Ziam was a minus 127, so he's going down a little bit.
Malarkey's the dog, you said?
No, Malarkey's the favorite, minus 150. Ziam's the not slight favorite, minus 122, plus 122. Fuck! Keep messing up, man. He's thinking about it.
Brian, I think we need more dogs.
You need dogs?
I think we need more dogs. You don't need no meows.
Okay, so you're taking Ziam here?
Yeah, I'm going to rock with him.
Okay. So that's a smart play because, I don't like cats, man.
Be a dog. We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
This is my MMA takes underdog lock of the night. Ziam, this kid is a kickboxer. He's a really good striker. He fought Don Madge, and Don Madge is a knockout artist himself. He made Don Madge become a grappler. He made Don Madge become more well-rounded. Jamie Malarkey got his fucking head caved in by Brad Riddell. Different kind of body types, but they're both kickboxers. I see Ziam here. In the first couple of rounds, he was actually really hard to take down for Don Madge, and then eventually Madge wore him down, took him out. He took that fight on short notice as well, so the cardio issue probably was probably a factor in that fight of giving out that takedown in the third round. It was a fairly close fight with Madge. I see Ziam coming out here, and Malarkey doesn't have the best takedowns. He's really sloppy. They're going to stand up. I think Ziam's going to catch him early and catch him often. Malarkey's tough to finish, but I think Ziam could get a finish done. I'm not going to probably prop this fight. I'm just going to go money line, plus 122. He's my underdog lock in the night. I'm heating up with my underdog locks in the night. So that is Ziam. I am shocked you took Ziam here. I thought for sure you were going to take Malarkey. That's why I made him because there's another guy I have circled too. We'll get to him a little later. That well. All right, we'll play.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it. I thought I was going to get 2 points in that. I'm very confident in Ziam winning. All right, next up, you got Junyoon Park, who's a minus 260 favorite. He is 11-4. He's fighting John Phillips. He is 22-10. He's a plus 205 underdog. Park versus Phillips. I lead the dance on this shitty fight. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I do not know how John Phillips is still in the UFC. He only has one win. He is, if people don't remember this guy, his most memorable moment is getting finished by Khamzat Chimaev and Chimaev's UFC debut. Phillips is just complete trash. Not saying Park is great. Minus 260 to me is unplayable. I'm passing on this. I do not want any betting wise. I don't want anything, but since this is a pick'em show, I'm going to give you my pick. I'm going to pick Park. If I do touch his betting, it's going to be probably by decision. I think Phillips is actually pretty hard to finish. He does have a good chin. I think Park's going to take him down. Both pretty good strikers, but I just don't see Park finishing Phillips because he does have a pretty good chin. And Khamzat is a beast. Khamzat took him down and finished him on the ground. I don't see that happening, but my pick is Park, minus 260 chalky play. So Timbo, who do you like?
Yeah. He's fought some stiff competition. John Phillips has.
John Phillips has? Yeah.
Yeah. He's fought some stiff competition. I don't know much about Park. This fight fucking sucks.
This is a dud. This is a very big dud.
Yeah. I mean, Phillips has got the experience on him. I'm going to go with Phillips. Fuck it. Why not?
Phillips. Hey.
I'm gonna ride your coattails and
I like
probably
it.
bet this to
Why
by decision
not?
as well.
Why not by decision? Yeah, Phillips is a cement head, right? He's like a Irish bare knuckle boxer for a while. Really, really good chin on him. He's not well rounded enough. He does have good striking. Park likes to strike. So, I mean, listen, Phillips could sleep Park. I don't think Park's anything great. The line is a little too wide for me. I think Phillips sucks, so I can't bet the dog. And I'm definitely not going to bet the favorite. But like I said, it's a pick 'em show, so we got to pick. Fight stinks, though. Fight's trash for 100%. All right, Devon's girls up next. Jillian Roberts. She is 8-4. She's a minus 235 favorite. She is fighting Poliana Botello, who is 8-2. She's a plus 186 underdog. Timbo, you got the ladies fights leading off here. Are you going to take Devon's girlfriend, or are you really
well,
offend
first
them?
of all, Pollyanna ain't bad herself.
I actually haven't seen a picture.
She's not bad looking.
She's not bad looking.
I'm basing it off the picture I saw on Typology.
Oh, okay.
No,
see, that could be tricky though. I've fallen for that myself. Yeah, she definitely looks really cute. Let me go deeper. Let me go deeper because
let's look at this. Let's look at this shit.
Because
Pollyanna.
They can
I don't want to get catfished.
No, they can trick you because she's gonna show up and she could look like Cyborg's like sister here. Well, you know what? No, she's all right.
Yeah.
She's all right. Yeah, she's a cutie.
I'm here for it.
She's a cutie for sure. Yeah. She's a cutie. No doubt about it.
Yeah. I think these girls are very similar. I think they've pretty much finished the chicks they were supposed to beat, and they've gotten murked by the ones they weren't supposed to beat. Jillian Robinson got murked by Macy. Was it Macy Roberts? What's her last name?
Macy Barber.
Yeah, Macy Barber.
Yeah.
And then Pollyanna lost to Cynthia Cavillo. What's the line on this?
Roberts is a decent favorite, minus 235. Pollyanna is a plus 186. So you got both similar records.
I'll go with Jillian Robertson.
Jillian Robertson
Chalk on this.
There you go. Chalky
I'm
chalk
trying
play.
to defend my belt right here. I gotta pick smart.
You gotta pick smart. That's smart. That's smart play. For me, it's simple. Pollyanna's been submitted for. Jillian Roberts is a black belt under Dean Thomas, or not under Dean Thomas. That's her head coach. She's very slick on the ground. Cynthia Cavillo submitted Pollyanna a little bit ago. I think Jillian is actually really slick on the ground. I think that's her best bet. Her striking is evolving. I think she's getting better. She's better than her record says. But most importantly, I've been arguing with Dev for like 2 weeks now. I just don't want him to get mad at me again. And this is his girlfriend, so I'm not going to pick against her. I'm going to go ahead and pick Jillian Roberts as well. Another chalk play, trying to lock it up here. I don't really have super strong opinions either way. I do think Jillian is the better on the ground, better fighter on the ground. I think she can get submission done. Good off her back, good on top. Striking's coming along. She's tough. And that's it. All right, next up, these are names that these names are gonna fucking kill me. All right, so we got two UFC newcomers, Matusz Gamrot, 17-0. He's from Poland. He's a minus 290 favorite. He is fighting Guram Kutladze, 11-2. He's Georgian, training out of Sweden with Kazmat. This is Kazmat's boy. This is Chamaya's boy. Yeah. He is 11-2. He's a plus 225 underdog. So Gomat versus Gutam. I lead the dance here. This fight I have left blank, right? This is a tough one for me. He's training at the All-Stars there in Sweden. They got a good camp. They got a good thing. Guram is a good striker. He likes to stand on his feet. He's powerful, right? He kind of looks like Paul Craig a little bit, oddly enough. Georgian fighters are hot right now. Tapora, who fought last week, he's from Georgia. Merab Dallaswili, from Georgia. They create these fucking high-powered beasts. He doesn't fight like those guys, though. He likes to stand up on his feet. I try to find fight footage of him with his takedown offense because the Polish guy, Matusz, he's going to get you down. And he's heavy on top. His stand-up is really rough. His stand-up is sloppy. He's tough. He hits hard. He swings hard. He has some knockouts on his feet, but it's really rough. It's basically like, I'm going to catch you. If not, I'm going to get hit by like 10 punches. I'm going to try to take you down. Keeps his chin low, though. Uh-oh. All right, hang on. I got to switch cameras. Oh, there you go. My fancy, hold on. Let me do this here.
Said battery exhausted.
Yeah, my camera died. All right, so we got this one here. We're back at it. I'm a little too bright here. Let me, we're on the, let me darken myself here. A little bit.
It don't look bad.
All right, there we go. All right, here we go. We're back, baby. All right, so this fight broke my brain a little bit because I wanted to take the underdog in Guram. I think he's going to be the superior striker. I think he can actually hurt Gamrot. Gamrot is a guy that's highly touted. He's 17-0, coming from Poland. A lot of these Polish guys, they are usually strikers. They're not world-class grapplers, and I wouldn't say this guy's a world-class grappler. Does have submission on his record, but his ground and pound's really good. I think the line's a little wide here because you got a really good prospect against a guy who's training with a really good team who a lot of people don't know a lot about. You got a lot of people are talking about. I'm going to fall for it, though. I'm going to go with the guy a lot of people are talking about. I'm going to go with the chalk. I'm going to go with Mateuszis Gamrot. I think he's going to take him down. I think he's going to beat him up. I think he's going to do that. But there is something to be said with Guram working with Chimaev that you're like, this guy's getting taken down every day. You got to imagine that he's working on it. But again, I'm gonna go with Gamrot. I'm not happy about it. I took chalk. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it either because I wanted you almost talked me into taking the other guy.
I flirted with it. I might change my mind.
All right, I'm going chalky as well.
Okay, because here's the thing: is I've been around MMA long enough. I've seen these hype beasts come in, and a lot of times they're from that part of the world. They're from Poland. They're from Siberia. They're from Russia, whatever. And they're supposed to be these beasts because they fight good competition over. He's a KSW champion, or at least he's fought in there a lot. He's fought top competition. But they sometimes ever pan out with the big boys, right? So I'm gonna stick with it right now. But it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Speaking about a tough fight, probably the toughest fight to pick on all card. Let me move this down a little bit here. Probably the toughest fight to pick all card. Thomas Amada. He's minus 118, slight favorite, dog, whatever. It's a pick 'em fight. He's 22-3. He is fighting Jonathan Martinez, who is 12-3. He's a minus 104 favorite, slight favorite. You're not going to get underdog points for this one just because they're both in the minus here. Tim, you lead the dance on this fight. This fight's going to be impossibly hard to pick. I want to hear your breakdown. Almeida was the man for a while. Lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, he was, man.
He was on the feast, 20-0 coming in the UFC. Mm-hmm. Lost 3 in the UFC. Cody Garbrandt put him out for the first time. Jonathan Martinez is starting to become kind of a big star, taking this fight on short notice. This is at 145, not 135. Timbo, who you like, bud?
And this is a pick 'em.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have in my notes here. Thomas Ahmed came in with a bang, 20-0 at one point, and he's 1-4 in his last 5. And Jonathan Martinez, I like this guy, and I can't put my finger on. I remember he's got some flying knee finishes. He looks like Brandon. He looks like Brandon Rovell.
A little bit,
Him
yeah.
And Brandon Rovell. I saw him, and I keep thinking like these little Filipino kids who are just fucking blasting a fucking can.
He does.
But yeah, I mean he's 3-1 his last 4. He's got some good finishes. Thomas Almeida, I don't think he's a young buck anymore. He's got to be in like early 30s at least.
All right, Matt. He's been off for almost 2 years. He is 29, so he's prime. He's in his prime.
Yeah, he's prime.
Yeah.
Oh man, he needs a win, but Jonathan Martin, fuck. This is a legit pick 'em. I mean, I'm torn. I'm gonna go Martinez. I'm feeling good about him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this fight,
explosive. I think he can get caught.
This fight hurts me a little bit because a lot of people I like, a lot of people I respect are picking Martinez. Martinez his UFC debut versus Andre Sukuma, who doesn't fight in the UFC anymore, just really put a bad taste in my mouth. It was a lackluster performance, and I hold him to that. I don't know why, because he's looked so good since then. I have never bet I've never got him right. I've either picked him and he's lost. He lost that split decision against Andre Yu. I picked him, or I've betted him and he's won and he's fucked me in the ass. So it's one of those things where it's like I have this bitter taste towards him. But Thomas Almeida is so chinny. His boxing's really good, but his chin is just not there anymore. Martinez getting that weight advantage, coming in on short notice. But you know what? I mean, you pick Martinez. I ain't no little bitch, man. I'm gonna pick Almeida,
hey, brother.
I'm gonna split. We gotta see who wins this shit. Honestly, I was torn. I think either of them could win this fight. I really, really do. I am leaning. I'm doing the Devin Tejada, Michael Jackson lean towards Martinez. But the more I think about it, Almeida just has really good skills if he just can put them together. I don't know if he has. He's figured it out with his time off. I don't know. The kid was electric before he came to the UFC. Every fight he's ever been in the UFC has been fucking fireworks. I mean, he's an exciting fighter. So I'm gonna go Almeida. I don't love it, but I like it. I like it, which is good. And I'll probably bet on it because these are the lines. This is a coin flip fight, right? I'm gonna if I'm gonna put $50 down, I like to put $50 down almost like a 50-50 fight. Unless you really feel strongly about either way, which I don't. All right, next up, Claudio Silvia. He is 14-1. He's a plus 138 underdog. He's fighting James Krause, the most overrated coach in the world. He's 27-8. He's a minus 170 favorite. Krause taking this fight on short notice. I lead the dance here. I don't love Krause, right? I got to respect him as a fighter. He's been around forever. He's got a lot of fights. He has a lot of fighters in that camp that people respect him. I just don't know if he's the best coach. I think DC kind of put him in a body bag with that Anthony Smith fight. Like, what is this guy doing? Mm-hmm. Why does he keep shouting things every 5 seconds? Krause, as a fighter, we don't see much of him. He doesn't fight all that often. He did take this fight on short notice. The last time I remember him fighting was the Trevin Giles fight, which he lost, but he won. You remember that? It was a weird fuckery decision. Yeah. Claudio Silvia, I believe he's undefeated in the UFC. If I'm not mistaken,
that's right, 5-0.
Yeah, he's 5-0 in the UFC. This fight's at 170, so he's making James Krause cut that extra weight. Claudio Silvia is a pretty bricked up dude. Not to mention one of the best jiu-jitsu competitors to ever fight in MMA, not just UFC, in MMA. Right. He's slick on the ground. His stand-up really troubles me, though. He's pretty rough on the feet. I remember the Danny Roberts fight. Danny Roberts should have had him knocked out like 4 times, and then Roberts got caught with an armbar because he's an idiot. Man. All right, I'm gonna go Silvia. I'm gonna go underdog. I'm gonna go underdog here. I'm gonna go Silvia. He's a dog. He's a dog. Plus 138 dog. I'm gonna go the dog. Even though I do think Krause, if he can stop the takedowns, could be a problem for Silva, but I'm going dog here because I like dogs, baby. Let's go.
We need more dogs.
We need more dogs.
Dude, I didn't know Silvia was the dog there. I mean, it's close. What'd you say it was plus 130 something?
Plus 138 currently. I got the line today. I got the line right before we got on.
Krause has been around for a while, man. He was back in the WEC.
WC, he tried out for the Ultimate Fighter, got knocked out by a little guy named by Justin Lawrence in the first round. Yeah. And then went back to the Ultimate Fighter, was on the Ultimate Fighter, I think made the finals, or if he won it, I'm not sure.
Here's a fun fact for you. Know Claudio Silva has a split win over fucking Leon Edwards?
I do know that. Leon, and that was probably the last time Leon Edwards fought that fucking
I think so.
A fucking
right. I think it was the last time he lost. Last time he lost for sure, but might as well be the last time he fucking fought. Damn. Well, I mean,
trapped you. Got your mind in a pretzel. Trapped you. Got your mind in a pretzel. What are you gonna do?
I gotta go with fucking. I'm gonna go with James Krause, man.
Okay. You know what?
I mean, he's more active.
Sure.
Bigger. Looking at his record, he really doesn't have any legit wins either.
No. He's fought a lot of people.
At least, definitely not recently.
No. He's fought a lot of people.
Ricardo Ramos.
He's big. He's rangy. If I'm going to be honest with you, I kind of want you to be on the dog with me on that one.
Nah.
But I like it. Fuck, I'm a lone wolf, baby. I'm a lone wolf. I like it.
Yeah, I'll go with Krause here.
Oh, you'll go Krause? Little James Krause. All right, next up. This guy's fucking name I've been dreading. Modestus Bukakis. That's not it, but it is it. He's 11-2, plus 290. Butaskis. Modestus.
Right.
Modestus. I'm just gonna say Modestus. Modestus. I don't know. Fuck it. Modestus plus 290 underdog versus. Do I have to say his name? Fucking Jimmy Crute, 11-1, minus 385. Heavy favorite for Jimmy Crute. Timbo, you lead it here. Who do you like? You taking my arch enemy here?
This is fight of the night.
Could be.
I think this
it really
could
could
be.
Of the night. It really could be.
Other than main event's really good, but this is going to be a fucking banger. And you know what? And I have this like Jimmy Crute, like he can bang too, but he gets a lot of submission finishes.
Yeah, he's more known for his top game. That's what he came to the UFC with. But he knocked out Sam Alvey. He's heavy-handed. His striking's not great, but he is heavy-handed. He can fucking crack.
Yeah, heavy-handed, and he's not afraid to stand and bang. But
no,
I I had this weird impression that I remember the Sam Alvey fight, and maybe that's what I keep thinking of. But
Right.
This Bukauskas guy isn't no fucking slouch. Like this is a badass Lithuanian motherfucker who he's a Cage Warriors guy.
Yeah.
He's got one. Who's he fought in the UFC? I think he's 1-0.
Yeah, he fought another UFC debut, a guy from Greece who's got a hell of a name, Andreas Michailidis, who was 12-3, and they both made the UFC debuts against each other. Michailidis got an injury, but Modestas was winning that round. It was a good fight. It was a competitive fight, but Modestas was winning that round, and the other guy just quit. I forget what happened to him. I forget what injury he had, but yeah, he quit.
I'm surprised these guys aren't at 185. I feel like they could both make it. I feel like
Jimmy Crute doesn't seem that tall to me. I don't know what he's listed at, but he does seem like dense, like just like a thick old fucking Australian boy. He's 6'2". Yeah, I mean he's right there. I mean he's okay. 6'2".
I have the right to change this because you said something in our group chat that I'm holding to you. So I'm going with the brute Jimmy Crute.
Okay, the brute Jimmy Crute. What did I say in the group chat that you're holding against me or holding me to?
Because I thought Crute was your boy, which I'm pretty sure he is.
No. So here's the story about Jimmy Crute, okay? When I first started doing video picks and I just put it on Instagram, I picked him. He's like the second one I did because I had just won a shit ton of money at the time in a parlay, right? This is right when the Indiana casino just opened. So I was going down there literally every weekend, going up the machine, placing bets, whatever. I just won a shit ton of money. So the week up to that, I was studying all week who the fuck, who's my guy, who's the horse I'm riding. I was done with parlays. I was a straight play guy. I'm doing straight wagers. And Jimmy Crute was fighting Misha Serkinov, who Misha Serkinov has no chin, big, strong fucking guy, good submissions, but no chin, no business being in there. Jimmy Crute's this world-renowned Australian guy, right? Knocked out Sam Alvey, all this shit, submitting all these guys. So Crute was an okay favorite. I think he was only like minus 190. I dumped it all on him. I literally went up to the counter. I looked at the lady. I said, put it on Crute. And she had to look it up. Like, how do you spell that last name? And I had to like tell her and shit. And then I made the video, very confident with the video and shit. I'm getting a text message. Okay. And he loses to Misha Serkinov with the dumbest fight IQ ever. He gassed. He went to the ground. He got submitted. And I said, fuck this guy. So he's never like my guy. I've never rallied around him. I just did so much research and I lost a good significant amount of money on him. And of course, I'm not going to be like, oh, it's his fault, but like in the gambling brain, I go, I can never trust that guy again. So with this fight, I'm so happy this fight is coming up because I do think Jimmy Crute is pretty good. I don't think he's bad. I have bad feelings towards him, obviously, because he costed me some money, but he's a solid prospect. He has since won since that fight. He's rebounded well. He's got some submissions. He's heavy on top. He seems to be pretty strong. He's willing to get in there and bang it out. Modestas looked really good in his UFC debut. Looked calm, looked really poised in there. The other guy was throwing a lot of heat. He's looked good outside the UFC as well. Big, tall guy for the division. He's strong. He's definitely not small for 205. I think Jimmy Crute has a gas problem. I think he has a tank problem. So I'm going to do something I've never done before in the history of the MMA Takes podcast. Not only am I going to take the dog at plus 290. That is a significant dog at plus 290. But I'm making him my mortal lock, which I have gone 3 months without losing a mortal lock. I'm making him my mortal lock of the night at a plus 290. Print the fucking money. Let's go.
We gotta risk it to get the fucking biscuit.
And I'm confident. I've never been confident betting a plus 290 before. I'm confident. Jimmy Crute's gonna come out. He's gonna look good in the first round. No doubt about it. Guy's gonna get tired. Second win. Want some Vegemite in the corner. They're not gonna have it for him because fuck. Sorry, we don't got it, Jim. Go out that second round, and just get pieced up, TKO. Probably more from exhaustion than the punches, but they're coming. They're coming. Modestas is coming. Lithuania, I see you.
I remember that fight that you're referring to. I don't even know if we were boys yet then, but I used to listen to the podcast. And I bet Jimmy Crute because of you. I was just like, this guy knows what I'm talking about. I'm gonna rock that too.
I did that video.
So good.
And he went to the ground with him, and he had a chance to stand up. And then he got fucking Serkinov Kimura rolled him to his back again, and he's dead tired. I'm like, I was screaming. I wasn't home. I forget where I was at when I watched that fight because, like I said, it was the only bet I had in. I was a straight wager guy, right? You build your bankroll with parlays, and then you just lay it straight, right? Because you pick your most confident fighter. I'm gonna lay it straight. I'm gonna build off him, and he fucked me bad. I forget where I was at, but I was yelling. I was very animated. I was crazy. So I do think Jimmy Crute is a good fighter. I'm not gonna say he is young. He's very young. Yeah. I just think Modestas. I really do like this fight. I think it's crazy. It is plus 290. Absolutely,
that line is crazy.
So high. Yeah. So high. All right, co-main event because the heavyweights dropped off. I didn't know if you knew that. The Cyril Gane.
Cyril, man, I just saw that on fucking
this
sucks.
He dropped off.
He was going to watch that dude anyways.
I know. I was looking forward to that fight. Yeah, the other guy had he had a contract with PFL, and they couldn't get him out of it for some reason. But co-main event, which I think is going to be a really good fight. Jessica Andrade, who is 20-8. She's a minus 152 favorite. She's fighting Caitlin Chookagian, who is 14-3, plus 124 underdog. I lead the dance here. This is actually a really tough fight for me to pick because I rewatched Rose versus Andrade. Andrade dominated that third round. She took over like a minute and a half in that second round and then dominated the third round. A lot of people could have maybe scored that at 10-8 for Andrade. I did not personally, but Rose was looking really clean in there, got her nose broken, slowed down a little bit. Andrade did not. Mm-hmm. Andrade's going up in weight, which I think is the best thing for her. Going up to 125. Absolutely. Fighting Chookagian, who fights a lot like Rose. She's a point fighter. She wants to strike from the outside and move and strike from the outside. She's decent on the ground as well. I think Andrade is obviously going to need to close the distance here, really fuck her up in the clinch. I see a lot of people I respect picking Chookagian. I'm going to go with Andrade here. I think Chookagian just is a not as fast, not as quick version of Rose. I think they're similar opponents in their styles. I think Andrade's learned from the Rose fight. I think she's coming out here throwing hands. I'm gonna like her cardio now that she doesn't have to cut to 115, and I like her possibly getting the takedowns later in the fight. I think first round's gonna be hard for her to get some takedowns. Chookagian's not terrible defending, but it's eventually gonna happen. I think Andrade's gonna win a decision here. I'm taking Andrade.
Yeah, what's the line on this?
So Andrade is a minus 152, and Chookagian is a plus 124. Chookagian the underdog.
Andrade has lost to Rose. Well, she beat Rose. She fucking tombstone power drivered Rose. And then she lost a very close decision to Rose. She lost to Joanna and she lost to Wally Zhang.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure that's it.
In the UFC. She's got a couple losses outside the UFC. Yeah. But outside the UFC, she was fighting at 135 and as high as 145. And she's like she's like 5'1". So she had no business fighting that high.
Yeah, this is what are all the picks that we do? We do Mortal Lock. We do send him home.
Mortal Lock, send him home. Underdog Lock. You haven't given me any of those.
I haven't done any of them. Yep. Yeah, this is the Mortal Lock for sure. This is the Mortal Lock, and it's Andrade.
Andrade, okay. Mortal Lock, okay.
Yeah, Chookagian, I mean, she beat Little Shevchenko, who is fucking nowhere near her sister. Oh,
she stinks.
She's the older one actually, but she's.
Is she the older one? Yeah.
Yeah, the little one is the shitty one is the older one. And she's just a boring decision fighter. Like you said, she's a point fighter like Rose, but she doesn't have the power to maybe not make it to even finish it. And unless something crazy happens, Andrade's Mortal Lock. I'm thinking about making my sender home, but I'm not right now. But
yeah, Chookagian's tough. It's weird.
She got killed by Shevchenko, but
she got embarrassed by Valentina and goes, "Oh, I'm gonna fight the shittier sister." Obviously, she's not picking her fights, but I'm gonna fight the shittier sister, and everyone's gonna be talking about me again. Well, she looked good in that fight. She took the fight to the ground a little bit. She looked really good in that fight. She's already talking about having a kid, and if she has a kid, she's on her way out. I feel like mentally she's on her way out. So I'm going to go Andrade, who lives this shit. Like Andrade she'll fight every weekend if she was allowed to. So we're both on the same side there. I think that's a smart pick. I'm confident in that. I don't bet women's fights. I've said it 100 times, but I might come out of my shell a little bit here, and because I think this is a really good, worthy co-main event. I think this could be a good fight. I think both female fighters are upper echelon. All right, main event, sick main event. Brian Ortega, who is 14-1 plus 152 underdog. He is fighting Chan Sung Jung, also known as the Korean Zombie. He is a minus 188 favorite. He is 16-5. I almost wore my Korean Zombie shirt on. I have a Korean Zombie shirt.
Oh, you have one?
I have one. It's now my wife's because it doesn't fit me anymore. So if I would have worn it, I would have been showing a little bit, right? She wears it and goes to sleep in and shit. I actually took a picture of it with me today. I'll post that on Instagram. But yeah, I bought that in Vegas right around the zombie days. You lead the dance here on the main event. I'm very curious who you're going to take because I'm very curious. Because I feel like,
man,
yeah, go ahead. Your floor.
I love this fight. I love this fight.
Great,
it's just fucking a long time to make it, dude.
Yeah,
and I love both fighters. You know, for being honest, Brian Ortega, I definitely don't love as much as I did, just because it's been what 2 years since that Max fight.
Yeah, 2 years.
That's
he hurt his knee.
You're in your prime, bro.
He hurt his knee training for the zombie fight the first time, but yeah, it's been 2 years.
Yeah, you know, they're both around. I think like Zombie's like 33, and then Ortega's probably like 28 or something. And this is tough, dude.
Tough fight.
As far as with the line, it's Ortega, no brainer. I figured he would be the favorite in this. He got fucking pieced up by Max, no doubt. But Zombie's been finished.
Mm-hmm.
And Zombie doesn't have the best chin in the world. And I'm not saying Ortega has the best knockout power, but you know, when you look at it, I think Zombie's got probably get the better power, but Ortega's definitely got the fight on the ground. If he goes to the ground, he's got him locked up there. Mm-hmm. I think Ortega has had plenty of time to game plan for this. He's the younger fighter. He's the less damaged fighter. I'm taking Ortega.
Woo!
And that's the underdog block too, baby.
Underdog. Yeah.
Be a dog. We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats. We need more dogs.
We need more
Ortega
dogs.
looks like a fucking cat too.
Yeah, he does look like a cat. My buddy.
Be a dog.
Oh, sorry. My buddy thinks he's better looking than Brian Ortega, and it's. I'm gonna have to put that on.
A good looking guy.
He's not. I'm gonna have to. Well, he is. He's okay, but I mean, listen, Ortega's got those bedroom eyes, man. That dude fucks, right? Like he fucks Holly Berry. I like that pick, right? Okay, so here's my dilemma. Brian Ortega's changed a lot of things since the Max fight, right? He talked about how going into the Max fight, he wanted to change coaches, but he felt loyal, right? He felt like he needed to be loyal to his coaches. So after the Max fight, he's left. He's got a little Hollywood. He was training Holly Berry for some movie, lives in LA. Mm-hmm. This is a guy that slept on the floor and was poor, and now he's got some money. Took 2 years off. He's slapping a rapper, Jay Park, whoever the fuck that is, like Korean Zombie's interpreter. Slapped him at the thing because of something he said. It's like, go slap Zombie. Don't slap this dude. And it's when Zombie was in the bathroom. That's kind of a bitch move. Zombie, you look at his record, and it's kind of weird because like he's fought and he's looked really good. He's impressed. He had to take 2 years off for his military requirements in Korea. So he had a 2 year gap. And I feel like since he came back from that, he's looked fantastic. He's only lost since coming back from that was to Yair Rodriguez, which was one of the craziest knockouts you've ever seen with the backwards elbow. He's winning that fight. But that was a 5-round fight where he slowed down a little bit. But Korean Zombie's got wins over Dustin Poirier at 145. He's got he knocked out Frank Yeager, which Brian Ortega was the first guy to do that. Zombie's the second guy to do that. It's unique to me that this fight is happening. It should have happened months ago. Ortega hurt his knee or whatever. It doesn't matter. Frankie actually stepped up for Ortega. Point being is, I'm glad that it's happening now. Every expert, everyone that I kind of pull information from, loves Zombie. And that scares me a little bit, right? Usually I'm the outlier. Usually my big brain goes, nah, these guys are wrong, right? However, I don't think they're wrong. I'm taking Zombie.
Send him home. Send him home early.
Oh, is that right?
I think he's gonna piece up Ortega. I think Ortega, if you watch his fights, he loses every second of every fight, and then he catches guys with fucking triangles and guillotines and shit like that, and he's as tough as they come. I would never doubt his toughness. I just think Zombie hits a little different. I think Zombie's boxing's really clean. And I think Ortega needs to get this fight to the ground. Zombie's no slouch. I mean, this guy's got a fucking twister submission on his record, which is impossible to pull off. The dude's skilled, right? Been around for a long time. He's 33. Like I said, that 2 years off really rejuvenated him some more. He wants his fight. This is the first time I think Zombie actually has like bad blood with somebody. Like they don't like each other all that much. And I'm getting a vibe from Ortega this week that he just. It's kind of weird. Like he seems serious, but he also seems like a little like, I don't know, like his head coach, Henry Gracie's not going to be in his corner. So that maybe kind of fucks some things up a little bit. Yeah. He got tested for COVID.
Oh no shit.
So he had COVID, and then they sent him a at home test. He passed it, flew to Vegas to quarantine before to go to Fight Island, failed it in Vegas. They thought it was a false positive because the same thing happened with Deiveson Figueroa. He had COVID like a month prior, and some people, it just slowly comes out of your body. Even though you're not infectious, you're not contagious, you still might detect on a test. So it's kind of one of those weird situations. But yeah, I like Zombie here as my send him home. I'm going to prop this as a finish. I bet you're going to get some good money on a finish because both these, Ortega's kind of been finished with Max. They threw in the towel. They stopped the fight because he got beat up on, but he didn't get like knocked out. Zombie's been knocked out before, but he also does have a pretty solid chin. I think both these guys can bang. So the prop for it not to go to the decision, I think is going to be pretty nice price. And I'm going to do that. All right. So I got your underdog lock. I got your mortal lock. Who's your send him home, bub?
Jimmy Crute.
What? That fuck? Let me tell you something right now. Okay.
Fucking powerful, man. Let
me just tell you something. Let me just, all right, write that down for the record. Let me just tell you something right now, okay? If we split on a couple fights, we're on the same side. It's a really good card. We got a lot of points on the board, right? We didn't pick all the same stuff. So, do you see that comment right there?
Yeah.
There's a comment. There's a comment that just popped up from that Playboy. Looking forward to casting some tickets this weekend. How'd you get Drake's brother on the show? Here, let me add it to the broadcast. You see it right there? There it is.
Yeah, I see here.
Have you gotten Drake a lot before?
Oh yeah, a lot.
Oh yeah.
Just because of the beard and
the beard's great. The beard's great.
My girl, her friends always fucking say that shit.
Call you Drake? That's funny.
Yeah.
I don't see Drake. It personally. But the beard,
I don't either. That's what I said.
The beard's great. The beard's great. Yeah. So you're sending him home, Jimmy Crute. Let me just tell you something. Okay. What I was saying, that comment was great, by the way. Thank you, that Playboy. If I lose because of Jimmy Crute, I don't like long flights. I'm not a plane guy, but I'll fly to Australia. Okay. And I'm going to confront him man to man, right? Will he kick my ass? Absolutely. I don't give a shit. It's not about that. It's not about losing or winning. It's about me telling him, you keep fucking me, buddy. You keep screwing me over here. But I am going to bet on that fight too. Again, Modestas being at plus 290, I think is fucking criminal. He's that high. I think he's a little unknown. I think a lot of people like Crute or whatever, but it is what it is. So that was fun. I think we got a good card here. I think we got
11 fights.
11 fights.
I pray to God that they all stay in place, and if some dude drop off, fucking take off the goddamn.
Well, that's good. That's the one thing good about Fight Island is usually, if you make it to Fight Island, you're not falling out. You're not falling out because of COVID. You're falling out because of PFL saying, "Hey, you can't fight." But we are split on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights. We're split on over half the card, and we got the underdog locks. We got all that stuff. So perfect, buddy. This is fun.
Yeah, dude. Wait.
You are defending champ. You are defending champ. If you win again, I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do we got to do? I mean, Devin. What is Devin gonna do? Devin's gonna fucking freak out. The guy's.
If I win again, you've got to buy me a replica WWF belt.
Those are pricey.
No, they're not. They're like $30.
You talking about the plastic ones?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you meant like the ones made of metal.
Oh,
like you literally have to like order and they make it for you. That's like $400. Yeah. I'll get you. I'll go up to Target and I'll get you a replica and I'll mail it to you. If you win, right? And then the next guy who wins, we just mail it across the country. It was blah, blah, blah.
Exactly.
I feel like
and wear for the pick'ems.
Where you gotta wear it on your shoulder for pick'ems. That's right. Or maybe like since I got this new things, I'll put like a little crown over your head, over your little name right here, and be like, "Hey, this guy's champ." All right, thanks, buddy. That was a lot of fun. Temptations 10 on Twitter, MMA Takes Podcast on Twitter, and subscribe to the YouTube. Right?
See ya.